A controversial proposed new state rule aimed at stopping nonprofits in our state from housing unaccompanied migrant children for the federal government is expected to cost these agencies millions of dollars.
Contact 5 investigator Katie LaGrone continues her ongoing coverage of this hot button issue with why these costs matter.
For the nonprofits who do this work, it's simply part of a mission.
Provide healing, hope, and help to children and families in need.
This is a calling
From God.
to love God and to serve our neighbors, and we live by that rule.
But if lawmakers approve a new rule to deny state licenses to shelters housing unaccompanied migrant children for the federal government as long as the feds refuse to share more details, that mission to serve all will end.
We're cut in the middle the same way that the children are cut in the middle.
And new documents we obtained from Florida's Department of Children and Families shows just how much those denials could cost. According to this analysis from DCF, which created the rule and would be tasked with enforcing it, if approved by lawmakers, 17 shelters, 5 foster agencies, and some 60 foster families in Florida that temporarily house migrant children for the feds will lose all the federal money it gets to care for these kids. More than $60 million total. But the rule would still require these providers do in-person welfare checks on any unaccompanied child the U.S. government sends here. Between travel and lodging, DCF estimates costs could reach nearly $2 million within the first 6 months and close to $17 million over 5 years, depending on the child's age.
I don't know where that money would come from to actually do those checks.
Lisette Burton with the Association of Children's Residential and Community Services works with some of these shelters. She believes these estimates are low and questions why the state would even propose a rule that shifts the burden of costs from the feds to local nonprofits or state taxpayers.
These nonprofit providers would have to come up with these dollars from somewhere to do this work, or it's something that the legislature would have to agree to fund through taxpayer dollars. That doesn't make much sense because right now this is a program that is entirely funded through federal dollars.
According to this analysis, last year the federal program provided care to more than 4,000 unaccompanied kids in Florida. It also keeps Floridians employed, nearly 700 of them, according to these documents. If approved, Burton says some of these shelters could close and gone with them, jobs.
We are talking about hundreds and hundreds of people who would be unemployed.
While the proposed rule is part of a broader, more aggressive effort by the governor to stop illegal immigration into the state and what he calls a human trafficking scheme by the feds, its impact on children has caused months of uproar among immigrant advocates and shelter providers who fear cracking down on nonprofits and migrant children will cost everyone involved much more than money. What do you want to say to the governor?
Let us live our faith and let us do our mission, carry our mission, that is to care for the children and the families.
While a public hearing last week garnered nothing but opposition for the rule, it is expected to go to lawmakers for final approval.